Hello, hope you're having a great day today. My name is Gianni Boyajian with Oak Palm Sounds, and today I'm going to show you how to sidechain. Now, I'm going to show you two ways to sidechain. One is the, I would say, proper way and the easiest way to control, and then the second way is kind of more of a cheat, a little of an easier way, and possibly a bit of a more creative way. But you have more freedom with the first choice, so I will go with that one first. Now, sidechaining is basically... Well, before we get into sidechaining, you have to understand how the mixing rack works, what a send is, what a bus is, and what a track is. So this one right here, these things are tracks, right? If I were to throw this track onto this track, this would be the send. Oops, let's go back to the extra large. Send, and then this would be the bus, since this is routed to the bus, right? So anything that is routed to this right here, all these sends, right? These are all going to track 2. This is the bus, these are the sends. 1, 3, 4, and then 2 is the bus. Now that we got that out of the way, sidechaining is basically where you route a send to a bus in which you have a limiter or a type of compressor on the bus in which you can lower or duck the audio whenever the send is triggered after a certain point. So if that makes no sense at all, we'll do the classic example where we throw a kick. So let's do 4 on the floor right here. And then we'll throw a bass sound. And the reason why we want to do a bass sound is mostly due to the fact that kicks and basses occupy about the same space in their frequency. So let's just go with... Now we're going to go with the legato sound, something that sticks, just so we can illustrate this a little bit better. That might not be the best one. Let's see. This will work. All right, we'll do a lower note for this one, and it's just going to be a sustained note for... There we go. There we go. Right here. I'm going to route this kick right here. All right, kick is on 5, and then the bass is on 6, and then what we'll do is we'll route this. The only thing that you have to do is click right here. So I'm selected the send right here, and I click on the bottom of the bus right here. Now, this is a route right here. So whenever this little meter right here is on at all, it's the mix of the effects and the sound of the bus affecting the kick, right? Since it's mixed right here. If I were to undo this right here, it would be sidechained. So the sound doesn't affect the sound of this, or rather these effects right here doesn't affect this kick. So if I were to actually mix and route it here, like with a full mix right here, and then throw a reverb on it, let's see. Go to pattern. You can hear that there is a reverb on that kick. We don't want that, right? So we'll get rid of the reverb. This is just for an example. And then we'll sidechain it, which just basically means we turn off the mix over here so that this kick isn't affected by the sounds of the bus. Okay, so now that this is routed to this bus right here, what we can do is we can go to the limiter, go to the compressor section of Fruity Limiter, and then since there's only one send to this bus, it'll give me the option for 1, which is that kick, right? And so if I were to play this, let's see. Okay, since I've lowered the threshold right here, it shows where the kicks are, right? So that is the bass, these white lines right here, and then these blue little hills, those transients, that's the kick. So if I were to have a more intense ducking effect, for lack of a better term, we could lower the ratio, and then you could see this purple spot right here. This purple spot right here is where the bass is ducking. So if we were to lower this right here and make it a more intense, more obvious sidechain, like you would hear in like a house track or maybe a future bass track, where the synths kind of bounce in and out, you do something like this. So if we were to go to the mixer, you could see that at that point, whenever this is triggered, whenever this kick is triggered, this bus right here, this bass, goes down, right? But if I were to throw down the knee right here, it wouldn't be as intense. The knee is basically at the point, or the percentage at which, or the rate rather, that this ratio will hit this intended ratio. So before it hits 2 to 2 to 1, 2 to 2 to 1, before this ratio hits 2 to 2 to 1, it'll hit all the other ratios before it until it reaches the final ratio, which basically means that it'll have a softer sidechaining effect. Now, if you want a more intense sidechaining effect, like you throw all that down here, like that. Now that's the first way to sidechain. The second way, or I wouldn't say the cheating way necessarily, but it's not as complicated as this first issue. So I open up Gross Beat right here, and there's a sidechain preset. And then what I can do, it's kind of the same effect right here, but I can also edit the knee. This would be the knee, by the way. This would be the threshold. And you could use that to modulate basses. You can use that to bring the kick out. And one of the main reasons why sidechaining is so important is that it's kind of the main facet when it comes to mixing. It's a way for sounds that are similar in frequency, for example, like these kick and the bass, for that transient, that kick, to punch through, for you to be able to hear it within the bus track, that bass, right? Sidechaining is integral to mixing. But also, sidechaining can be used for many other uses, right? You can route, let's say, like a vocoder uses sidechaining. So you route one sound to, let's say, like chords, and then you route that sound, that bus, like the chords, right, really, to the vocoder, and that's still using the sidechain effect, because whenever the chords are triggered, the sound, like the formants of like the voice, let's say if someone is singing, those sounds will be triggered whenever the keys are triggered, right? So I encourage you to explore all these different facets of sidechaining and experiment and find out what works for you, and find out what maybe doesn't work, and find your own sound. And that's pretty much been the gist of sidechaining. There's a lot more to come. Next week, we're going to be finally releasing our products and services on oakpalmsounds.com. So if you liked this video or enjoyed any of our other content or Instagram, anything like that, or if you've been following us for a bit, I would encourage you to check out the website on Wednesday when we finally launch all the products. I'll catch you on Monday for the next video, but hopefully you enjoyed. Give it a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.